Well, howdy, everybody. Welcome to Fundamentals of Criminal Law. This is the online course, and what you're watching right now is what I call my weekly update video. I will be producing these each of the 16 weeks of the semester, generally on Friday mornings, and they'll be posted, should be posted before lunch. There may be a couple weeks when that doesn't work out exactly on that time frame. In particular, it'll be the Thanksgiving week and 1 week that I'll be out of town. But I will get a weekly update posted either early or kind of that weekend. Usually Thanksgiving, it's over the weekend, just depending on what we've got going on off campus. So what we're going to talk about in these videos is what we did last week. Last week was convocation here, and I'm getting ready for class. I'm producing this video right now, so I get it out to y'all. So there wasn't any class, so now we will also talk about what we've got this week and some things that might be further in the future. So with that said, I'm going to go ahead and get out of the way, and we will look at what we've got going on this week in week number 1. Well, first we go to the weekly content and then go down to week 1 right here. And the first thing I want to talk to you about is the online orientation. I need everybody to participate. Even if you've taken my online classes before, please sign up for one of these classes. Those of you that have been in the classes before, you're a very valuable asset for the students. This is their first time taking an online class. With just coming out of COVID, that's not as common as it used to be because of a lot of people having to take even high school classes in an online setting. But still, there's a lot of people that could get some good insight from you, those of you that have been through this before. The settings will be done through an online, actually through Blackboard Collaborates, what it's called, similar to Teams or what's the other one that Zoom. I had to use both of those during the year. The Teams we still use here at the college. Zoom I had to use with my granddaughter for her elementary school classes, and my Mardi Gras crew did our meetings with Zoom also during that area. They're all somewhat similar. This one built into Blackboard is kind of the easiest to get everybody hooked up from the outside, so that's the one I chose. You don't have to sign up for anything. You just click the link, put your name in, enable your mic and camera, and you're good to go. Disabling your mic before, unless you're called on, just because of feedback. The sessions are going to be held all on Wednesday, the 24th. There are 3 sessions, one at 10 a.m., one at 3 p.m., and then the last one's at 7:30 p.m. If you are unable to attend any one of these 3 sessions, then you need to send me an email with the time where I can have a short video conference with you, just you personally, and that way we can just make sure everybody's on the same page. So the way you get to this, whether you get this in the email that I send out with the weekly update video and the due this week email that I'll send out each week, or if you link to it right here in Blackboard, simply click on this. It will come up. Again, I need to set it so that it doesn't have that intermediate. But if it does, just click on the link and go to it. Put your name on here as you would, as it is in Blackboard, because I've got to know who's signed up. So then you would click Join Session. Because I'm using the camera and mic, it's not going to work. It kind of crashes because it needs access to your camera and mic. So that you can talk and we can, kind of interact with each other. So that's what you will do. Again, leave your camera active and your microphone muted until you're called on. And I will set that so it goes directly to so that get that intermediate out, get it to open in a new tab. On the page, you'll have this weekly update. This is last year's, so I will replace it with this one, but I can't do that until I finish recording it. So we'll replace that shortly. Then here's a list of everything you have to do this week. You're going to have to view the introductory presentation, which tells you all about the class, tells you the requirements. Pay close attention while you're watching it because you've got to pass a quiz with 100% of the information that you get from that one and the APA video, APA plagiarism video. So make sure you watch both of those. And again, you do have to take that introductory quiz, make 100 on it. You have unlimited tries. You'll do it. If not the first time, I'll pretty well guarantee you'll get it done the second time the questions don't change. You'll also need to introduce yourself to your fellow students. We'll look at that in just a minute. And there's a paraphrase exercise. I'll go over that in a minute also. You'll also have to go to the case review tab and watch a video on the case review, the 2 case reviews that you're going to do, and then you'll have to take and make a 100 on the quiz to show that you understand what or is expected of you regarding the case reviews. And then you get to select your topics for 2 different case reviews. Please select both of them. First one is going to be a U.S. Supreme Court landmark case. The second one, you got a topic and you're going to look for a case in the Texas Court of Criminal Appeals. In the Texas Court of Criminal Appeals only. If you do a case out of New York or California or the U.S. Supreme Court, I'll say, hey, that's a pretty good case review. Now do the assignment and then you'll get credit because you got to follow the rules. But I'll harp on that as we get closer to when that's due. So let's go on down and look. There's the introductory video, APA video. Now, if APA and plagiarism both, if you have been in my classes before or if you're in more than one of my online classes, this is the same video, well, it looks like since spring of 2016. Not a whole lot changes in APA and plagiarism, so it's the same old video. You don't have to watch it again if you know enough about it so that you can pass the quiz with 100%. Remember, part of the introductory quiz is going to come from this. Then you'll introduce yourself to the class. Click on here. Tell us about yourself, what your major is, what your career goals are, what your current employment is. And tell us something interesting about yourself. Kind of like, we introduce ourselves in a face-to-face class. This is the same thing, but online. Next, you'll do a paraphrase exercise. And this is a newspaper article that I want you to read. Once you read it, don't print it out or anything, just read it on the screen. Click on the paraphrase exercise, and then you'll open up a post where you will tell us what it said in your own words. That's what paraphrasing is. Don't go back to it, because if you keep going back and forth, there's a much higher chance that you'll copy something instead of putting it in your own ways, on your own words. So please do that exercise. You're going to look at other people's, and you'll see that no 2 people are going to say the exact same thing. If you have not used HonorLock before, I've got a little video that shows you how I have HonorLock set up. HonorLock changes things, so there's no telling whether they've changed something. I don't think they did. They changed one thing that I know from last year, but it has to do with email me if they find some problems with one of your HonorLock systems. So I don't think they've got anything that's going to change on yours end, but if it doesn't look exactly the same, wait a couple days. HonorLock will change something else. Sometimes they change things that really mess things up. But it's the proctoring software we use. You will need to use it. You'll need a computer with a full version of Chrome and a camera and a microphone. You will take the introductory quiz. You will be using HonorLock on the introductory quiz and for all the 4 exams. The reason I use it on the quiz is let's check your system and see if it works. Let's see if your computer's just, and your camera's working and all on something that, well, it counts a lot because you got to make 100 on it, but it's something that it's a very short test, 10 questions, I believe, and if it crashes, it's not a big deal. You'll be able to retake it fairly quickly. Excuse me. Then you'll need to go to the case review tab. Click on here, and you will be brought to the case review video, which you can watch. I don't know how long it is. Probably 15 minutes, 13 minutes, not that long. It tells you all about the case reviews. When you scroll down, you'll see there are the case review quiz that you need to make 100% on. and then you'll have the sign-up sheets for Case Review 1 and Case Review 2. Sign up for both of them, okay? And the last thing that I want to talk to you about is the Ask Your Instructor discussion board. This is for you to ask questions about the course, not about you. If you're going to ask questions about, hey, where do I find this? How do I get to Google Scholar? Whatever, something to do with this course, ask here, because a lot of your fellow students may have the exact same question. Don't ask me about your grades. Don't ask me about, hey, this isn't where you say, well, what course should I take next semester? For those, send me an email. But for the ones about when's the next test, what's what's on the quiz, something like that, maybe something I can't answer, but this is where you go. So if you'll click on here now, or whenever you're not watching, click on the subscribe button. And what that does is if another student asks a question, then you will get an email letting you know, and it might be something that you need to know. It might be something that come on, go back. That was a question you had but just didn't really think to ask. So I've been using this for probably about 4, 5, 6 years, somewhere in that area. I don't think I've ever had more than 5, 6 questions asked on the Ask Your Instructor discussion board in any class that entire time. Typically, it's more like 1 or 2 questions. So that is. I mean, if you click subscribe, you're not going to get inundated with emails like every day. You may get 2 or 3 during the entire semester. Is more average for them. Well, that is all I've got for you today. 12 minutes. Typical weekly update is going to be under 5 minutes or around 5 or 6 minutes. Occasionally they'll go a little bit longer. This is one of the longer ones. We will talk to you all again, and I will see y'all at the online orientation class. Y'all have a great day.